Alright, I'm back. Got myself a bowl of cereal. Um, and here we go. We are going to add the menus now. Okay, so let's go to Canvas. Now, one thing we want to do with the Canvas is change this to screen space camera. Render camera, a screen space canvas with no specified camera acts like overlay camera. So I guess we do this. Hold up. No. This is not what we want. We want to change scale with screen size and then change match. Yeah. There was something else. Okay. All right. So let's go to the canvas. Okay. So it scales that. If I go to my money text, we're going to do upper there. Click on that. And let's move it down here. So now if I do that, keeps it relatively the same size. Let's see. Let's do this. Oof. Okay. That's partly because we have the font size at that. Let's say 12. So now we kind of do like that. Okay. And if we, okay. So let's, in our canvas, let's create a UI panel. And we're going to call this the bottom panel. Bottom panel. And we want to basically just want this at the center. We want to scale it down. And we're not going to use a background. Alright, so we don't see it. I thought I called this bottom. Bottom panel. Alright. And we want to UI button here. Alright. Let's click here. We're going to say the feed grab button first. And we're eventually going to get rid of the text and it'll just have an icon. Let's change this to let's just call it the G. Let's just do grab and just set to 10-point font. And then let's go to our button and do like this. Whoops. Now what we can do is in our panel, we can add a group canvas grid outlay. Do this. Okay. Start corner. Hold on. I want to start in the center though. Click here. (32 by 32). Spacing is 5 by 5. Start Can't make this in the center. Here, maybe we do this. Center. Nope, don't matter. That's kind of dumb. Horizontal layout. Okay, let's remove this. Add horizontal layout group. Middle center. There we go. Let's do that instead. All right, so we got the grab. We'll call this, geesh, okay, I gotta fix that. Let's change this to the feed button and change that to feed. And then we'll do copy, call this the floor button. And the last one will be the last one will be, you got it. You got that one right. It's the fence. Maybe we'll change these two. Okay, don't. There. All right. And let's go back to the bottom panel. Let's see, spacing, padding. Okay, why are they spaced out so much? Middle center. Oh, here we go. All right, so now we could do a little bit of spacing. Let's say 3, 4. Let's play it. It doesn't look like it's in the middle though, does it? Yeah, I guess so. I think it throws me off because of that. Let's just play. Okay. So now we have those. So let's go to our UI manager. Public void click feed. And we'll say mouse manage, no, mouse state. Oh. And we're going to copy this and do the other ones. Call this grab. Again, you can just use the other, the left to automatically go back to grabbing. Okay, feed. Come on now. Focus, focus, focus. Click feed, fence. That. Actually, this is build. And here we want to say build mouse manager dot instance dot build type is equal to, whoops, fence. Do like that. This will actually do the same thing, but we will call it floor. And this will have some special ones that we'll take a look at in a sec. This is going to be floor. Okay, so now let's save that and take a bite of my cereal. Okay. Blah, blah, blah. Unclick. We want to grab the UI manager, and we're going to say UI manager, click grab. And then we'll do the same thing with this one. UI manager. Click feed, fence, oops, fence, and the floor, UI manager, UI, floor. Wait, yeah, and then let me change this text to fence. We're going to make him look a little bit better than this, but for now. So if I click feed, yep, click grab, yep, if I click fence, if I click floor, okay, we need, okay, hold on. Sorry, I'm eating again. All right, we're back. One thing I realize I need is in my tiles. Oh, where'd it go? Right here. We're going to say is public bool is floor. Okay, so then in my mouse manager, we're going to say tile dot is floor is true. And then when I go to the feeding, drop food, check bounds. Let's do right here. Tile is equal to this. Then we can just say tile here. And then we can just say tile here. And then we can also say tile here. And what we want to say is if tile dot is floor is equal to false, or we can just say not. So that way, sorry, did I say floor or fence? I want fence. And go to the tiles. Let's change that to is fence. So you can't drop food on a fence. 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 Wait, did I do that right? This needs to go to here. All right, so you shouldn't be able to drop food on fences. Hopefully, that is right. Okay. All right, cool. We got that. All right, let's do something with the floors now. So, um, if I do a panel, okay. It looks like it's always the same, which is what I want. Let me just click play. Let me go to on max. Okay. So what we want is that this will display some more buttons for you to click. So let's copy the fence one and paste it in here. Put it underneath the panel, and let's move it to here. Let's do like that. Let's just check if this is still, yep. And let's change this to floor button, floor type button 1. Now, I could do this where it's like automatically generates these, but I'm going to just not do it that way. Okay, let me move this down. I could do like a vertical thing here. Let's see, add vertical layout group. And we don't want to do that. And we want the spacing to be 3. Okay, perfect. So this will be button. Actually, if I just change this to button, and change this to this. Well, I actually might. We might change this to wood floor, and then underneath this, change this to wood. Let's just do 2 for now. Change this to stone. All right. And this is going to let us know which floor we're using. So prefab floor. Let's unpack it. Prefab unpack completely. Let's call this the stone floor. and we'll change the type to stone. Change the square color to a stone square color for now. And let's add it here. Let's delete that. Let's rename this to wood floor. And let's go to our mouse manager and add that stone floor to our prefabs. Okay. Now in our panel here, let's call this the floor panel. And let's unselect it. Okay. Let's go to our UI. And at the top, we're going to have a public game object floor panel. And so when we click, or actually in our UI. So I actually want that in the UI, not in the mouse manager. All right, go here. Yeah, talking about all this probably sounds a little boring because I really have to just say out loud. If I talk about other things, I'll get distracted about what I'm trying to program. But basically, what I'm going to do is actually we could do this in the now let's just do it here. We're going to say floor panel that set active is true. We're going to say that's false. So we close it if we click on any of these things. But then when we do the floor, we're going to say it's true. All right. Okay, we got add the, let me go to the canvas. Canvas. Actually the UI manager. And drag in this floor panel. Okay. Have a click. All right, what we can do is in here, set it to the not floor panel dot active. It always says it's obsolete, but yeah, I can always use it. I think you want to say active in, I think they changed it to active in hierarchy. So now play it. If I click and then click it on again, yep, closes it. This closes it as well. Okay. Now let's get the actual setting the our mouse manager. We're going to say public int floor set. Trying to think of the good name for it. This is basically going to use which floor are we using. Okay, so down in our building the floors, we want to change this to floor set. Or let's say for select. Oops. I think that'll be better name for it. All right, where are you at? Where are you at? Where are you at? Where are you at? Here, select. Okay, and then what I'm going to do is make a floor button script. Oops, those are sprites. Create a script called floor button, and what this will do is allow us to set that. So we're going to have a public int floor num, not a flute, floor. We can delete all this, and we're going to say public click, public void click, and we're going to just say map come on, mouse manager dot instance dot floor select is equal to floor num. And then what we want to do is say UI manager dot instance dot floor panel dot set active. Whoops, not send. Dot set active to false. So we close it. All right. Then in our buttons here, we're going to add that script, floor button script. And what we want to do is, okay, 0, that's good. But we want this to change. We want this to be the floor button click. And then this is going to, let's change the name of this to brick or stone button click. And then we're going to add that floor button. We'll say it's 1. And we will drag, shoot, didn't save it, stone button, stone floor. And down here, we'll drag that here, change that to the click. Let's see if this is changing our floors. All right, so we click the floor, and notice we by default we do this. If I click stone, we got stone. If I click wood, we now have wood. Okay, it's pretty good. Okay. There is an issue if I click floor and click. Let's see if I scroll. Yeah, if I scroll over and I click wood, you see how it does that? So let's do in our mouse manager, we might have a public int or public bool is hover over UI. And we're going to say false. And let's see, in our okay, if mouse button down and is hover over UI is not. So if we're hovering over it, we cannot do that. Let's also do this for dropping food. And grab creature. Okay. So then in we can say public void. Let's actually put this in the UI manager. Hover over. And we want to say if, we'll just say mouse manager dot instance dot is hover over UI is true. Then we'll have another public void hover out. And we'll do the same thing. And that should hopefully, let's see, it's always kind of tricky. So in our floor panel, let's first test it with this. Add hover. Add event. Event trigger. Add a new type, and we're going to say pointer enter. We'll do that, and we're going to drag the UI manager. And we'll change this to hover over. And then we're going to add another one, pointer exit. And we'll change that to out. So let's just test this first and see if this is working. So I click the floor, and notice I cannot click, but now I can. I click the wood. Okay, when we click on something, like the floor, we want to say UI manager dot instance dot is okay, I guess it's not in the manager. Mouse manager dot instance dot is hover over is false. So I click play. I click the floor. Click stone. Okay, there we go. Click wood. There we go. Now if I scroll up and click grab, you see how I placed the floor? So I got to do that for each of those. Now let's just test this out. I think if it's alpha, okay, let's just test this out. Let's add a event trigger. Add one, enter, plus, and we add the UI manager. And we're going to say hover over. We're going to add a new event, exit. It's going to be out. Let's see if this works. So I'm going to scroll up, click the floor, and click grab, floor. Notice I cannot click over here, but then I can click because I'm over the panel. We may or may not want that. Okay, but that is kind of cool. That is kind of working. We'll leave it like that for now. Maybe. Or we just put on the individual things here. So let's see. The next thing we want to do is, let's see if we can animate it. So let's go to project. Man, I don't know why it keeps hiding my animation thing. Animations, animation. Let's create a new one. And go to our assets, animations. And we're going to say floor, menu, pop up. Okay. So when we for now, let's just see it. So what we're going to do is, let's just test this out. We're going to take the wood button and we're going to move it. Oh, we can't do it because it's in the vertical thing. All right, so let's go to floor. Let's stop recording. We weren't recording anyways. Let's remove this. Now let's record. And let's move this down. Let's move that down. And we're going to flip-flop these. And actually, we're going to move this a little bit further up. And then we're going to move it back down. Let's see what that looks like. All right, one thing we are going to need to do is not loop. That's that. All right, let's go to our, let's stop that. Let's go to our projects, animations, make sure that this is not looping. Let's go to here. Okay. That's kind of cool. Let's go to this again. Let's click that. Let's actually set these to false. And then when we start doing this, the first thing we're going to do is set this to true. So it'll go. Actually, no, let's not do that. Let's set this like that. What if we did an alpha on the sprite? Let's see. Okay. Okay, we want to remove this. Whoops. Then at the end, we want the alpha to be full. Okay, that doesn't seem to be working because we don't have this set. Okay, we don't want to do that. Let me stop recording and turn these both on. Okay, turn that on. Okay, let me remove this property. What is the problem here? Okay, let me click here. Click that. All right. It will be a picture, so that's kind of okay. Maybe this right here is too high up. Okay, so it comes up, drops. And then we'll do the same thing with the stone. But the stone will have a little bit of a delay. So let's start this at the bottom with the alpha. Okay, I'm not even recording. Let's record it. Start this at the bottom. And then we then go to here. So 5 seconds later, this will be here. And then 5 seconds later, it will be here. Okay. And then at the beginning, the alpha for the stone will be off. And then at the end, the alpha will be back on. So let's stop recording and play. Okay, looks a little weird, but let's actually change this to off. See what this looks like. Let's go to the floor panel. Let's turn this alpha all the way off so we don't have. Actually, we can just say none. So that we don't see that anymore. We just see those popping up. Okay, it's a little weird with the words. Or what if we just turn off the alpha, take that out of the animation color. Let's remove. Let's see it now. Okay. Let's see this really quick. Actually, I want both of these at the bottom to begin with. Right here. And the wood is at the bottom. Alright, let's see how that looks. Man, what the heck? Hold on. Let's go back to record. And I think it's because this is not set to 0. Or set to the... This isn't at the bottom. Alright, so that should now do it correctly. Let's click floor. Okay, that's kind of cool. And it'll look better when we have like the graphics for that. Alright, a lot of work on making the menus here. But we do have it, so we can get different types of stuff. So the next thing probably going to work on is a panel for the this is just fun. Let's get the fence in. I do have an idea now for I do need to destroy as well. I have an idea for this road. What you're going to do is you're going to say grab the thing instead of dropping them there. You're just going to place them on here, and there's going to be a fence right here, so they can't walk out of the road. And so when they're in the road, we might do a train or something. The train's going to come through and then collect it. All right. Let's save project. I'm going to put a pause in the video and maybe finish my cereal, and I'll be right back.